Caitlin Clark is under attack. Activist basketball fans are now activating, and she is carrying in a mixed race baby.
They just went there. Caitlin Clark is under attack again, but this time, it's not for her game, her fame, or her stats. No, this time she's being dragged through the mud for simply holding a baby.
No matter what Caitlin Clark does, people try to make her look bad.
A black baby. In a moment that should have warmed hearts, the internet exploded with hate, accusing her of using the child as a prop to fix her image.
People are on the internet trying to say this is a sympathy baby. This is a baby to make black people like her.
The truth? It's even more shocking than the lies. If you stand with Caitlin Clark and support her 100%, drop a comment below that says, "We've got your back, Caitlin." Let the world know where you stand.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
Caitlin Clark is a superstar globally.
It all started with a video, a simple, heartwarming clip that should have been nothing more than a feel-good moment. Caitlin Clark, sidelined due to injury during the Indiana Fever's game against the Washington Mystics, was seen walking into the arena holding baby Zane, the biracial son of assistant coaches Austin Kelly and Karma Christmas Kelly. The baby smiled.
He's like, what?
Caitlin smiled. Fans watching live or online felt the warmth. But within minutes, the trolls twisted the narrative into something ugly. Instead of seeing the humanity in the moment, a wave of hate crashed through social media. People began calling the baby a PR prop.
She's trying to use this black baby as a prop. It's always a race thing when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Why?
Others labeled Caitlin a creature and asked, who let her hold that child? One outrageous post accused her of using the baby to prove she's not racist, saying it was the third time a white celebrity had used a black child to clean up their image.
This is like the third time in 2 months a black baby has been used as a prop to prove a racist white person isn't racist. Who the F let this creature hold their son?
Some even pushed the claim that the baby was being held against his will. Yes, that's how far gone this conversation became. Comments flooded in calling him a sympathy baby and her a racist faker.
How is this a sympathy baby? Literally the assistant coach's baby.
The attacks weren't just about optics. They were personal, hateful, and racially charged. All for a moment that, in any normal world, would have been seen as sweet, wholesome, and entirely uncontroversial.
Not saying she has no relation to the baby. I'm pointing out that after her passive-aggressive behavior towards Angel that sparked race debates, you're doing your walkthrough with a mixed baby on your hip. Please, she's well aware of how optics work.
But when it comes to Caitlin Clark, nothing is normal anymore. She's become the center of a media storm, constantly picked apart, analyzed, and falsely accused. Now, even holding a baby gets turned into a race scandal? That's how distorted things have gotten. Instead of praise for bonding with her team or showing support while injured, Caitlin found herself again at the center of a firestorm she never asked for.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. She's so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin Clark.
Let's set the record straight, because the truth demolishes the hate. The people accusing Caitlin Clark of using a black baby as a PR prop clearly didn't do their homework. That baby in her arms? He's not random. He's not a token. He's not part of some fake photo op. His name is Zane, and he's the son of 2 Indiana Fever assistant coaches, Austin Kelly and Karma Christmas Kelly.
The baby is the assistant coach's baby.
That means Caitlin didn't just meet this baby. She's known him. She's held him before. And we have proof. Photos and videos have already surfaced showing Caitlin Clark with baby Zane last season. Yes, last year.
This is literally last year. Literally. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. There's photos and videos of her holding the same baby last year.
When no one was talking about racism accusations or PR damage control. That alone should completely blow apart the disgusting claims that she only held the child to win favor with black fans. If this was some carefully staged moment, explain why there are multiple moments like it. Long before anyone invented this new controversy, the idea that she just randomly picked up a biracial child to protect her image isn't just false. It's offensive to Caitlyn, to the coaches, and to baby Zayn's own family.
Take a look at this nonsense, man. Whose biracial baby does this corn-fed freak have in her arms?
And let's talk about timing. Caitlyn wasn't even playing in the game where the viral video was recorded. She was sidelined due to injury, meaning she wasn't suiting up, doing media appearances, or trying to control the spotlight. She was supporting her team from the sidelines and spending time with the staff, something common for tight-knit teams. The reality? Caitlyn was on baby duty, something any player with heart and connection to the coaching staff might do. But somehow her kindness became twisted into a conspiracy theory by people actively looking for something, anything, to bring her down.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. I'm so happy. I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
And let's not ignore the tone of the backlash, because it wasn't just criticism, it was vicious. These weren't casual observations or honest questions. They were deeply hateful, racially charged rants. One person wrote, "Who let this creature hold their son?" Another claimed the baby was being held against his will.
Racism allegations getting so out of hand, she had to pick up a black baby.
Someone even said, "This is the third time a black baby's been used as a prop to prove a racist white person isn't racist." These aren't just wild accusations. They're deeply irresponsible lies fueled by division and rage. And they're targeting a woman who has done nothing to deserve this. But this isn't just about one moment. It's about the constant double standard Caitlin Clark is held to. The trolls attacking her are desperate to fit her into a narrative she doesn't belong in. They ignore the facts. They erase the context. And they pretend she hasn't already shown, time and again, respect and love for her teammates, her coaches, and fans of all backgrounds.
So the WNBA fans say, I like Caitlin Clark, but it's her fan base we don't like.
This wasn't about a photo op. This was about family. This was about being part of a team. And for people to look at that moment and only see race, it says more about them than it ever could about Caitlin Clark. The attack on Caitlin Clark for holding a biracial baby wasn't an isolated incident. It's just the latest chapter in a much larger, much uglier story. A story where no matter what she does, Caitlin Clark is made the villain. And at the heart of it all isn't basketball.
What is it about Caitlin Clark? She's got it. She's got swagger. She's all-time great. And she makes logo threes. And she makes them beautifully to shoot the ball effortlessly from the logo on a jump shot. Go try it. Ain't easy. She can do that.
It's not about stats or sportsmanship. It's about a coordinated campaign to tear her down, one rooted in jealousy, identity politics, and an unrelenting hunger for controversy.
We've seen Caitlin Clark get the crap beat out of her on the court, and we know the jealousy, and we know what that's all about.
Ever since Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA, she's been under a microscope unlike any other rookie in league history.
You want the WNBA to be successful? Talk about the game. Stop with the fabricating stories of race and all this other stuff. Stop.
Every foul she commits, every stare she gives, every comment she makes is twisted and reframed into a national debate. Did she bump into someone too hard? Passive-aggressive. Did she draw a foul from a black player? Racially motivated. It's like critics are standing by with a script in hand, waiting to insert her into a pre-written storyline of privilege and prejudice, even when the facts say otherwise.
It is a mad situation just all around when it comes to Caitlin Clark, because it's very clear that she is way stronger.
It is undeniable that Caitlin Clark is the engine.
Caitlin Clark effect. There has been so much of an influx in attendance, in jersey sales, and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
Take the accusations of passive-aggressive behavior toward Angel Reese. What did Caitlin do to earn that label? She committed a take foul, something literally every player does to stop fast breaks. And yet that basic basketball move was reimagined by some on social media as a coded racial insult. Are we really pretending that playing the game aggressively, like every great player does, is now some kind of political statement? It's not just dishonest, it's ridiculous. This pattern shows us something deeper. People aren't reacting to what Caitlin Clark does. They're reacting to what she represents. She's a white woman in a predominantly black league.
WNBA without Caitlin Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Without Caitlin Clark,
is going to massively affect the WNBA.
She's massively popular. She's drawing new fans, major sponsors, and media attention. And for some people, that's a threat. Her actions back it up. Caitlin is known for engaging with fans from all backgrounds, signing autographs until security forces her to stop, and lifting up her teammates, no matter their race or role. That's not performative. That's not PR. That's character. That's consistency. And that's why this sudden push to paint her as racially manipulative falls so flat, because it simply doesn't match her behavior. The people accusing her of using a black baby don't want context. They want chaos. They don't want to build bridges. They want to burn them. But Caitlin Clark, Konanan, through it all, remains steady. She continues to play with fire, speak with grace, and carry herself with dignity even as the storm rages around her.
It is undeniable that Caitlin Clark is the engine.
Caitlin Clark effect. There has been so much of an influx in attendance, in jersey sales, and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
Caitlin Clark's injury is going to massively affect the WNBA. It's going to massively affect the league.
Let's also not ignore how this relentless criticism creates a chilling effect. Not just for Caitlin, but for every player in the league. If an athlete can't even hold her coach's baby without being called racist, what message does that send to the next generation of players? That kindness is suspicious? That compassion is calculated? This isn't progress, it's regression masked as activism. There's a bigger agenda here, and it's not about justice or equality. It's about control. Control over who's allowed to shine, who's allowed to lead. And Caitlin Clark, whether they like it or not, is shining bright.
WNBA rumors suggest Caitlin Clark will be among the first stars making $1 million annually. The most notable of which is, y'all already know who, the needle mover, Caitlin Clark.
So in 2024, she averaged 16.5 points per game, 4 assists, 5.5 rebounds. She shot 37% from the field and 31.8% from three. Now, if you look at her preseason in 2025, she only played 2 games in this preseason, and one was against that Brazilian national team. She played 21 minutes. She averaged 14.5 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. She shot 52.5% from the field and 50% from three-point range.
No scandal, no headline, no manufactured outrage is going to dim that light. She's not the problem. The people trying to silence her are. What we just witnessed isn't just an attack on Caitlin Clark. It's an attack on common sense, decency, and truth. A young woman sidelined by injury held her coach's child, a baby she's known, cared for, and been pictured with long before any controversy. And somehow that turned into a firestorm of accusations and hate. This isn't about race. It's about reach. It's about jealousy. It's about people who can't stand that Caitlin Clark has risen to the top through hard work, skill, and heart. They want to tear her down because her light is too bright for their bitterness. But we won't let them rewrite this story. Caitlin is not a villain. She's not a symbol of hate. She's a competitor, a teammate, a young woman navigating an unfair spotlight with more grace than most of us ever could.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
She's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
And through it all, she's never stopped showing love, not just to the game, but to the people around her, no matter their color. So let the haters talk, let the trolls type, the real ones, the fans who know the truth. We stand united. If you stand with Caitlin Clark and support her 100%, drop a comment below that says, "We've got your back, Caitlin." Let's drown out the hate with truth, unity, and love.